Late in the afternoon, the 12 came to him and said, "Send the crowd away so they can go to the surrounding villages and countryside to find food and lodging, because we are in a remote place here." He replied, "You give them something to eat." They answered, "We only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, unless we go and buy food for all the crowd." About 5,000 men were there. But he said to his disciples, "Have them sit down in groups of about 50 each." The disciples did so, and everyone sat down. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke them. Then he gave them to the disciples to distribute to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, but the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over.
When you go inside, you see mosaic from the 5th century, I think, the Patriarch of Jerusalem. Anyways, and there's, how many, did you hear how many loaves? 5. And how many fish? 2. Okay, so when you get in there, count how many loaves there are in the mosaic. And you'll see that there might be, we'll see what happens. Okay. So the question is, where's the, if there's 5, did they get it wrong? Or is there a reason they depicted 4 loaves? But you see it up here too. They take that mosaic at the entrance here, and they had the 5 loaves depicted. They have 5 loaves, but and it's based on this mosaic in here, but the mosaic in here is 4. So did they get it wrong here, or did they do it intentionally? Why would they, like, are they saying Jesus is the bread of life? Like, does it say that in John's gospel? That Jesus is the bread of life. So Jesus in some ways is the 5th loaf whose body's broken. So it's right in front of the communion altar. And communion is the body of Christ. So the 5th loaf is when Christ's body, the bread of life, when it's on the altar table and it's shared. So anyway, so with the altar there, Christ himself is that 5th loaf. But here, since it's not by the altar, that's why you had that 5th, but it's depicting the mosaic, but that's why that has 5 and that has 4.